kind of hard of hearing. I can't hear at all. You?
Yeah, that was operator error on my part. Hang on a second. I think I see it. Kim, try now. Can you talk to me? No. In a word, no. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I think I might know what the answer to all of our problems are. Okay, try now, Kim. I think it's going to work just fine. Try now, Kim.
Can you hear me any better now?
Yeah.
El perfecto.
Sorry, I thought it was me, but maybe it wasn't.
I call to order the meeting of the Fitchburg Board of Public Works for September 13th, 2021. Attending tonight, myself, Chair, Dave Wilborn, Jim Wheeler, and Kim Lobdell is calling in remotely. Michael Granetsky called me and he had an emergency come up, so he will not be attended. Also, City Engineer, Mr. Bill Balke. All right, first, public appearances for non-agenda items. We do not have any. So next we'll move to number 3, approval of minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the August 16th meeting minutes?
So moved.
Moved by Wheeler, do we have a second?
I'll second.
A second by Lobdell. Discussion, comments, changes? Seeing none, we'll call the vote. All in favor of approval of the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Next, review items. Review of utility July P-card purchases and August checks. So I'll give the board members a minute to page down to those. I just have to make it a little bigger. I don't have any questions. Okay, Dave? Jim, do you have any?
Yes, just one question on page 3 of 5. The posting date is August 4th. What are the chemicals from Hawkins Incorporated? Or what type of chemicals?
It would be chlorine, fluoride.
Okay, thanks.
Bill, do we purchase those quarterly, monthly, just for the board's information?
They're as needed, so we have an ongoing contract throughout the year. So sometimes it's monthly, bi-monthly, depends on our water usage.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Kim, did you have any?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. I have on the very first one, it's not so much about the bill, the Midwest meter jack, and the description is, it's run together. It says meters for was living, or can you make sense of it, Bill? The very first one, posting date 7/8/2021. Description. Meters for a wash. Some,
living, it's missing off the end or
it's something's combined there. I was just, if you had any clue, if not, get back to me next time.
Yeah, it was a large meter for something.
Yeah, okay.
I couldn't tell you by that description what it was.
Can you just make a note?
It's for development, apartments, I would assume, a large meter for those.
Okay. Thank you, Bill. All right.
I'm sorry, I do have one more question.
Yes, go ahead, Jim.
It was on page 4, August 21st posting. The water main, with 5% contingency fee for $623,770.
That's the northeast water main loop, West Clayton and down MM. So that was that was the payment that we've had for the construction so far this year.
Okay.
Jim, I don't know if you remember on that one, when we did that, then we found the road was, that's the same one, we found the road was falling apart or substandard when
Gotcha.
we installed that one.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? Very good, then we'll move on to agenda item 5, report from department head, Mr. Bill Balke.
Fish Hatchery Road project is moving along nicely. We did a traffic switch there on Friday, so the McKee Road intersection has traffic on the new concrete, and now they're going to begin the north half of the intersection, finish that up with the concrete. They should be putting down asphalt out there in the next couple of weeks on the main line going northbound. Just have a few utilities that they have to finish up on out there. And then at Cahill, Maine, or Caddispen, I should say, they're working on the north half of the intersection, or the north half of the road right now. The walls are pretty much done out there. Be putting in railing and staining those. So we're just making progress through there, and we're on schedule, and we're on budget. So that's a good thing.
Music to my ears.
The Cyene Road project is for the water main being constructed is coming along. A little bit behind schedule from where we thought they would be, so we're working with the contractor to see how they can make up that time or end the project at a location that can be completed this year, so it's not open during the winter. So we're working with the contractor on that to make sure that, and we'll let the residents know if there's going to be a delay on the project for next year to finish that project up or not. So we should know within the next couple of weeks whether we're doing that, if we're going to stop the project early or try to continue on and get it all done this year. Gosh, what else we got going on? Subdivisions. Terravessa's, the first edition, they've started building some roads, or building some homes out in that approved first edition out there. Fay Fields, they're out there getting ready to pave the fifth edition. So after they do the pavement out there, they're eligible to take out building permits. Just all sorts of stuff. September, so snowplow season is starting already. We're getting our trucks ready, doing the CDL checks on those for safety and everything. So we're getting ready for winter already. And it'll be here before you know it. Yeah, I guess those are the major projects that we have going on, and if you have any questions, just let me know. And
I don't have any.
Bill, what is the scheduled completion date on Fish Hatchery?
we do have a date. They have to have it paved by October 31st, and restoration would be mid-November. I would think the first couple of weeks in November. It's going to be done before the turkey trot, or Derby, I guess it's called here. So that it'll be done, just some minor landscaping next year in the spring.
Sounds good, thank you, thank you. All right, busy as usual. Next, we'll move on to our agenda items, 6A. Resolution R 9321, approving revision 1 to the Dane County Cost Share Agreement to fund the county MM and Lacy traffic signals and intersection improvements.
I so move we approve resolution R-93-21.
Moved by Wilborn, do we have a second? Second by Wheeler.
I have a question. Do you guys need me to recuse myself from this item?
I don't believe so.
Okay. We did the design. Doesn't really have anything to do with the
No.
funding of this, but I don't want to overstep my bounds.
No, I don't believe so on this, Kim.
Okay, thank you.
So as the board knows, as you read through, this started 2018, and it got moved up, and then heavier, it was more use than expected, so then the county, we had anticipated the county paying 50%, but then we found out it was only 50% of what the developer didn't pay. Is that correct, Bill?
That's correct.
Okay. So, we were going to pay initially 33% of the project. And so we had to pay that plus another 9% approximately. Is that how it works out if you read it?
Yeah, initially it was 25% city, 25% developer.
Okay.
And as the allocations turned out, it was almost 31% developer, and then the remaining 70% was split between the city and the county.
Okay.
So that ended up being about 35% each.
Okay, all right. This happened, this happened prior to Bill, so not much I'm not sure, is this something, Bill, you would have caught had you been the head at that time? I don't quite understand all these funding mechanisms on
Sure.
this.
It was a misunderstanding from the agreement that the city had with the county. We had assumed that since the county had two legs of the intersection, they would pay for 50% of the project cost, and then the city would pick up one half of that, or 25% for the leg that the developer didn't have, and then the developer would pick up the other one. So basically, it was we had thought it was going to be split 4 ways, with the county picking up 2 of those 4 ways. And the way the county agreement is that they pick up 50% of whatever the developer doesn't pick up, and split that 50-50 with the city. So after a review of that document, they made us aware of that. We had to do the cost reconciliation. And so what that did is it left us with a deficit of about $59,000 for the project that had to be covered. And so we looked at the project fund balances that are open so far this year. And the McKee Road project has a fund balance that we could allocate toward this project to reconcile that difference. And it's $59,055. And we're asking for a budget amendment to reflect that in this resolution.
Board, I'll open up the board for questions for Bill before I jump in.
I have a question. So is this excess money on the McKee Road project? Or are you going to have to make that up at some other time, and it's an open one, so it's the best way to take it out now?
No, we have contingency available within the McKee Road project to cover this difference.
So it's part of the contingency?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Jim, Dave?
No questions.
So, yeah, I had the same question, Kim, with the large change order we had to write to MG&E for the manhole. I was surprised we had any
Money left in
money
contingency.
left on there. I'm glad we do. Second, Bill, moving forward, it's a lessons learned. I think we were going to pay this one either way. There was, but how do we make sure we know the terms better next time? That this doesn't. We're not surprised again, I guess, is what I'm asking. Is there any procedure or safeguard we can put in place? Maybe I need to read the damn contracts a little more thoroughly myself. What can we do so that, we don't miscalculate like we did on this one?
It is more conversations that we have to have with the county and those that we have agreements with on the front end to make sure that we understand the terms of those agreements fully. As I had mentioned, that it was an assumption that the city made during our budget process that when we finally got the agreement the following year, that it wasn't the same understanding as how they were going to actually pay for it. So, it was the timing of things, but, having those conversations right up front to make sure that we're covered during the budget process is something that we're putting in place to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Okay, all right. Well, fool me once, fool me twice. I don't want. All right, thank you, Bill.
So I guess, Bill, let me follow up on that. So there's no type of formula that we have with the county, is going to be on a case-by-case basis when these things come up?
Yeah, it is a formula based upon the intersection that we're improving, like McKee Road or McCoy Road. The intersection there is a three-legged intersection. That one is going to be split 50%, 1/3, 2/3, based upon what our understanding was. So they came to that agreement as well with that.
I'll ask one more question. Should this calculation have affected the developer? How does he, or is he paying the same percentage? He's paying the same percentage that we calculated in the beginning?
No, he's actually paying more
Okay.
toward the development.
All right, okay. Makes it a little easier to swallow. All right. Any other questions? All right, we'll call the vote. All in favor of Resolution R 9321, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, Resolution R 15921, resolution approving a subdivision improvement agreement with Fitchburg townhomes for public improvements along Notre Dame Drive. Do we have a motion to approve?
We motion to postpone to the 20th.
This one, okay. Kim, would you like to move to postpone?
Sure, I'll make a move to postpone this till the next meeting on the 20th.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Wilborn, call the vote. All in favor of postponing until meeting next Monday, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Any particular reason? Is it just not ready, or are you still working on making some changes?
We're still working on making changes with the developer.
Okay.
Okay. Let me make a note so I have it for council. Okay. All right, next, 6C,
Same.
Resolution R 16021, resolution approving the agreement for subdivision improvements in the USONA Certified Survey Map.
So postpone again.
Okay, we have a motion to postpone.
I'll move to postpone.
Moved by Lobdell, we have a second.
No, second.
Second by Wheeler. All right, same thing, next meeting, this will be postponed till the September 20th meeting. Okay. All in favor of postponing Resolution R 160-21, signify by saying aye. Aye. We are postponed till next meeting. Announcements. Next Board of Public Works meeting is next Monday, the 20th. Does anyone have a conflict that they know of right now?
I have a conflict. I will not be available for that meeting.
Okay, I will check with Michael, Dave
I should be here.
and Jim,
I
sound
will
like
be
they'll be here. All right, I will check with Michael. I don't think there's any problem with him for next week. Okay. All right, any other announcements? Then, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Wheeler, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Lobdell. All in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
We are adjourned.